Whether you're buying your first home, selling, adding to your investment portfolio.
Hey there, Bulldog fans. Welcome to the pregame show here on KSVP Radio and KSVPTV.com. I'm Joby Hodling, joined by Coach Polito of the Artesia Lady Bulldogs. And Coach, you guys end up getting the 1 seed. You get a regional doubleheader, I guess, this weekend. And here in a minute, you're taking on Bloomfield. I keep wanting to say Bernalillo. Bloomfield. Bernalillo's in town too.
Yes.
They're taking on Goddard. They already have. They played earlier, and now you guys are playing Bloomfield. You win this game, then you play tomorrow morning in the first round, I guess, of the playoffs. So today's the playing game. 1 versus 16. Bloomfield is here in town. But before we talk about this weekend, go ahead and recap the district and the final 2 wins last Saturday against the Portales Rams. And really, you can talk about all of district. You went undefeated, district champs.
Yeah, so undefeated, and I think I've said this before, it's not always the easiest thing to go undefeated, especially in our district because it is much stronger this season. But like you said, we had Portales, and it feels like it's been such a long week. Like it was a long time ago that happened. Mm-hmm. But we swept them. We took both games. I think we run-rolled both games.
You did?
It was just exciting to see because we had been talking to the girls about making sure that we're scoring every inning. Mm-hmm. And the last time we played Portales at their place, we didn't. We took a little bit to start scoring some runs, but it was exciting to see them jump on the ball early. We put a run up in the first inning, I think a couple of runs. Mm-hmm. Then game 2, it felt a little bit slower, but it worked out and we were hitting the ball well and, played really solid defense behind our pitchers, I should say, not between. But, it was just exciting to see the level of play that we've been trying to get to, and they're peaking at the right time.
Long ball was prevalent in both of those games. You had 6 home runs scattered between 3 different players. Of course, Papadaka getting 4 of them. She had 2 in the first game and 2 in the second. But great hitting game, as you said. Also played good defense. There was some razzle-dazzle, if I remember right. I think Jenna Whitmire went to her left behind second, got the ball and
spun around
in her back and fires it over to first. So it was fun. It was fun watching that as a fan. But now, and not that it wasn't serious, because it was very serious, but now you're into the position now where you play or go home today, and which means you'd be here. You'd stay home.
Right.
But so you get this win tonight, and then you play again tomorrow. Talk about how the playoffs, how intense, even though it's 1 versus 16, is there any pressure on your girls, or do you think that they're comfortable with where they're at and ready to go?
I think it's a combination. I think they're pretty comfortable with where we are and where we're sitting and where we've been. But at the same time, you still have that pressure of it doesn't matter if it's the 16 or the 2 seed that we're playing. They're here for a reason. And you never know, they may show up and bring a team that they haven't really seen all season. But you never really know what you're going to get with the postseason. But I think at the same time, they're prepared. They've been putting in the work and the effort and all of the things. It's just now starting to culminate for us, which is exciting to see. But I think being comfortable could also bite us in the butt at the same time, right? As far as like if we're too lax and too, laid back, then it could hurt us. But I think they have figured out how to manage the being relaxed but also intense and having a good time but being serious at the same time.
All right, Bulldog fans, it's coming up here in just a few minutes. If you're not already at the ballpark, come on out to the Mack and watch the Lady Bulldogs play their first game of the 2026 playoffs. And if you can't make it, stay right here because we're going to have the game for you, and again in the morning. Go Bulldogs.
Hi, my name is Chance with Trustmark Roofing and Windows, and here's what you should expect during your window inspection. Upon my arrival, you'll receive a 15-minute courtesy call letting you know I'm on the way. Once I'm in your home, I'm going to be checking for moisture indication, functionality, and any kind of energy efficiency improvements to the inside and outside of your home. After my inspection, I'll give you my professional opinion, and then you can decide whether you want a no-obligation quote. Myself or the office will contact you to set up a date when I can show you my products and options to best suit your needs. So when choosing windows, choose Trustmark Roofing and Windows. Our goal is to give you a 5-star service and get you what you deserve, and that's the best.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Hey, I've had a few drinks. Can you give me a ride home?
Save us all. Make that call. Never drink, then drive.
This message from the Eddy County DWI program.
Artesia Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, home-owned and operated for over 50 years, and here for all your plumbing, heating, and cooling needs. Artesia Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling has the expertise to install residential, commercial, and industrial air conditioning units, including the conversion of evaporative coolers to refrigerated air systems. Cut cooling costs with high-efficiency Carrier units from Artesia Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, your authorized Carrier dealer. Artesia Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling, a proud sponsor of the Artesia Bulldogs and our community for over 50 years.
Dean's Inc. of Artesia provides us.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Mack Chase Complex, the Artesia Lady Bulldogs home. And we're in Game 2, or first round, I guess I should say, of the 2026 State Championship. As the play-in game was last night, the Goddard Rockets they came in as the 9 seed, and they defeated the number 8 seed Bernalillo Spartans. And the Artesia Bulldogs, the 1 seed, hosting here in Region 1 as the 1 seed. They defeated the number 16 seed Bloomfield Bobcats. So that set up the first round play today. Both of these teams will continue on up to Cleveland High School next week, but the loser will be in the consolation bracket, and the winner will be in the winner bracket. Of course, they are district foes. We've already seen them this year 3 times. The Lady Bulldogs went undefeated in district. The Goddard Rockets ended up finishing 3rd in district play, and they come into this game today 14-13. The Bulldogs coming in 23-4 after they both won last night. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the lineups, and we'll start with the Lady Rockets as they are batting first. The second baseman, number 24, Lindsay Campa, is leading off. Batting second is the left fielder, number 2, Jayla Morales. In the 3-hole, number 14, Marisol Hernandez, and she's playing shortstop. The center fielder is batting fourth and cleanup. She's number 17, Jory Guzman. The third baseman is batting fifth, Roxy Serrano, and she wears number 10 on her jersey. The catcher is number 30, Marissa Crawford, and she's batting fifth. Batting sixth is number 30, Marissa Crawford. Oh, I'm sorry, she's batting sixth. Marissa Crawford, the catcher. Batting seventh is the right fielder, number 20, Alina Linares. The first baseman is batting eighth, and that's number 19, Gemma Payne. And pitching and batting ninth, number 8, Amaya Carrera. For the Bulldogs, the defense goes like this. Brooklyn Fuentes, Janae Molina, and Isabel Cruz. They are left to right. Infielders, Kat Marcus, Daniela Munoz, Jade Hammond, and Leslie Molina. That's third to first. Jenna Whitmire behind the plate, and Caden Apodaca is in the circle. So the winner of this ball game, again, stays in the winner's bracket and plays next Thursday morning at 9:30 a.m. And I think the loser bracket plays at 9:32, but I'll confirm that during the broadcast. And now we're going to have the national anthem, so stay right here. All right, we're back here after the national anthem. The Artesia Lady Bulldogs are on the field getting ready to go. And of course, the Goddard Rockets in the dugout, but fixing to come out and bat first is going to be number 24, Lindsay Campa, the second baseman for the Rockets. I'm going to look real quick. I'm thinking that, well, I'm not sure, so let me take a look. I've got the brackets here for the softball tournament for next week. And so the winner of this ball game will play at Cleveland High School at 9:30 a.m. next Thursday on Field 1. The loser of this game will play next Thursday at noon. So they don't play at the same time. So the winner plays at 9:30, and the loser will be in the consolation bracket and will play. No, I take it back. They play at 9:30. That's what I thought. I'm looking at the wrong deal. So 9:30, both of these teams will play 9:30 a.m. next Thursday up in Cleveland at the Cleveland Storm High School, regardless of win or loss. But the loser will be in the loser's bracket, and the winner will be in the winner's bracket. I just looked up from my stuff, and I thought we were about to start, but Jenna's getting her shin guards fixed. Looks like they came undone or something. She is catching. So I'm going to go through the defense again. Number 5, Brooklyn Fuentes out in left. Janae Molina wears number 10, and she's in center. Isabel Cruz wears number 3, and she's over in right. Kat Marcus, number 7, is playing third. Number 1, Daniela Munoz is at short. Jade Hammond wearing number 9 is at second, and Leslie Molina wearing number 16 is at first, with the aforementioned number 14, Jenna Whitmire, behind the plate. And number 24, Caden Apodaca, in the circle. So here we go. We're ready to go. Here comes the first pitch to Lindsay Campa, the leadoff batter. Called strike 1 on a good fastball outside half of the plate, about waist high. Apodaca once again ready to go. The wind in the 0-1. Whoa, she let that one go late. Ball 1 as it sailed over and hit the net back behind the plate. So 1-1 the count. On deck is Jayla Morales, and in the hole, Marisol Hernandez for the Goddard Rockets. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. Goddard might have chased that one up. So the count now goes 1-2. Breeze blowing out of the south and southeast. So it's definitely going to help the batters a little bit toward the left field side anyway. Here's the 1-2. And again, she let it go late. I'm not sure that those two balls were not even close for Caden. So a little not normal for Apodaca. 2-2 the count. Defense playing pretty much straight up. And if you're watching on the radio, I'll tell you what the two teams are wearing. And now the umpire calls a timeout and walks away. So we're seeing what we saw last night. They're not starting off right. That was a ball. And there's strike 3. All right, so a ball on an illegal start, I guess. And the next pitch is a swing and a miss for a strikeout. That'll bring number 2, Jayla Morales, to the plate. She's the left fielder for the Rockets. And the pitch. High. So she's either throwing a strike or throwing one up over about 8 feet over everybody's heads. Ball 1. Defense again playing pretty much straight away. Shallow out and left and I guess center and right. A little shallow. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 1-1. Ball 2. So I was saying last night on this game, I've been calling softball games for about 10 years, and in all of my years of calling, I've seen this called now 6 times or 7 for the first time. So this umpire knows the rules better than all the rest of them, because I've never seen it called before today and last night. Strike, so it's ball 2 and strike 2. Oh, it's ball 2 and strike 1 because he called that other one a ball. Or is it ball 3? What's the count? 2-1. So I'm not sure. I mean, I am sure it's the call, but nobody else calls it. At least in my 10 years of watching softball, I've never seen it called. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So the count now 2-2. And the pitch. A little high, ball 3, so full count now. On deck is Marisol Hernandez, and in the hole, Jory Guzman for the Rockets as they're looking to get a base runner on here in the top of the first inning. 1 out. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. So that'll be 2 down now as they throw the ball around. The Bulldogs. Now to bring the shortstop, Marisol Hernandez, to the plate. She wears number 14. Oh, yeah, I was going to tell you about their colors if you're watching on the radio. Goddard wearing their white uniforms with baby blue numbers and socks. First pitch, change up. She hits it hard, but that's going to be out number 3 as it's out to left field on the fly out. So they go down 1-2-3 to the Rockets. Leading off for the Bulldogs coming into the bottom of the second inning will be our leadoff batter, Daniela Munoz, then Kat Marcus and Caden Apodaca. We will be back.
Hi, my name's Chance with Trustmark Roofing and Windows, and here's what you should expect during your window inspection. Upon my arrival, you'll receive a 15-minute courtesy call letting you know I'm on the way. Once I'm in your home, I'm going to be checking for moisture indication, functionality, and any kind of energy efficiency improvements to the inside and outside of your home. After my inspection, I'll give you my professional opinion, and then you can decide whether you want a no-obligation quote. Myself or the office will contact you to set up a date when I can show you my products and options to best suit your needs. So when choosing windows, choose Trustmark Roofing and Windows. Our goal is to give you a 5-star service and get you what you deserve, and that's the best.
Trustmark Roofing, we put people first.
Well, welcome back here to the Mack. We're going into the bottom of the first inning, and I'm going to try to finish what I was talking about. The Lady Bulldog, or the Goddard Rockets, wearing white uniforms with baby blue belt, socks, and numbers. Outlined in black are the numbers. The Lady Bulldogs wearing their white uniforms. That's another thing. I don't know. I thought there was a color thing on home and away, but there probably isn't. That was just what I thought. Bulldogs wearing their white uniforms as well, with the orange on their sleeves, orange socks, orange belts, and they got a orange stripe down the side of their pants. Both teams look sharp. So 0-0 going into the bottom of the first inning. And Daniela Munoz leads off. She's playing shortstop today. Last night we saw her at third base. In the circle is Herrera. It's Amaya Herrera. And I'll go around the defense after the first pitch for the Goddard Lady Rockets. Here's the wind and the pitch. Called, strike 1, top the lower half. Jayla Morales, Jordy Guzman, and Alina Linares left to right. I'll give you the infield after this pitch. High and away, ball 1. Infield, Roxy Serrano at third, Marisol Hernandez at short, Lindsay Campa at second, and Gemma Payne over at first base. Marissa Crawford behind the plate, and Amaya Herrera with the next pitch. Pop fly in the infield. Foul ball, and nobody was able to get to it. So it'll just be a foul ball, strike 2. Pretty good crowd here on this gorgeous Saturday afternoon. My phone says it's 70. Nope, it says it's 87. All right, nope, it says 81. It changed on me 3 times. 81 degrees. There's a fly ball left center field. The center fielder will go over and make the play easily. Guzman with the out. She drifted over there, got under it, waited, and caught it. So that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the first inning. And that'll bring Kat Marcus to the plate. She's playing third base today. She was in the circle last night for the Bulldogs. Got the win. Bulldogs defeated Bobcats from Bloomfield in the playing game 4-0. That pitch down and in for ball one. On deck is Caden Apodaca, the pitcher, and in the hole, Jade Hammond, cleanup batter, playing second base. Here's the wind in the pitch. Swung on. That's a line drive, but out to the center fielder who made a great play. She charged in on it. So Guzman, back-to-back fly balls. That one she had to dive, and she did a great job. Saves that from being extra base hit, or at the very minimum of it being a single, because she kept coming and got there and made the play on the dive. So Apodaca steps in. Here's the first pitch she'll see. A little bit high. Ball one. Second pitch. Oh, she choked her down, got in on her. Caden went ahead, hacked at it, hit it over to the third base dugout. Foul ball, strike one. 1-1 now the count. I've seen a lot of illegal pitches called. I've just never seen the one that we've been seeing last night and today. Here's the pitch. Swung on. She hit that to Roswell, but it's just over to the left side into the foul ball into the JV field for baseball. She hit it a ton. If she hit that in between the lines, that would have been maybe over in the JV field for the softball. She whacked that one. 1-2 the count. She hit that one off the end of the bat, or got in on her hands, and that's a foul ball down the third baseline. Good effort out there by Morales trying to get to it, but just beyond where she could get to. So falls foul. That was a good pitch there from Herrera. She got in on the hands of Apodaca. She couldn't let it go by. It was too close. So she did a good job fouling it off in on her hands. Herrera with the pitch. Same thing, got in on her hands, and she rips it over the coach over there. Coach Polito had to duck. We saw a coach last night, I think for Goddard, get hit on the similar situation, got her on her hip. So she's here today. I'm sure she's going to have a bruise, but she's okay. All right, so Caden will step back in. She's fouled off 4 in a row after seeing a ball. 1-2. Change up, pops it up. That's trouble, but the second baseman will make the play. It wasn't as much trouble as I thought. So the Bulldogs go down 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody on base. Top of the second coming up, it'll be Guzman, Serrano, and Crawford for the Rockets.
Dean's Inc. of Artesia provides a superior choice for all your electrification, communication, and supply needs, with a vision to be the premier industrial electrical service provider in New Mexico and West Texas, providing unparalleled quality in supplies and service with highly skilled and conscious personnel. We pledge to our customers to exhibit the utmost in integrity and reputation while providing superior quality in all we do. Dean's Inc., located at 409 Commerce Road, or online at deansinc.com.
Devon Energy is proud to support Artesia High School athletic programs. By partnering with Artesia, we're making an investment in the long-term future of our community. Sports teach discipline, teamwork, and leadership, skills our youth will use to succeed for a lifetime. From our team to yours, Devon Energy wishes you good luck this season, both on the field and in the classroom. Go Bulldogs from Devon Energy.
Top of the second. Welcome back here to the Mack in Artesia, the Artesia Lady Bulldogs and Goddard Lady Rockets. First round of the playoffs. Number 9 seeded Rockets and the number 1 seeded Artesia Lady Bulldogs. Jory Guzman will step in. She's the cleanup batter playing center field. We saw her make 2 good plays out there. Called strike 1. Boy, I'd live right there if I was Apodaca, right on that outer edge. Caught the front end of the plate, is what I'm thinking. 0-1 the count. Apodaca ready to go. Here's the wind and the pitch. Little pop fly foul over to the right side for strike 2. On deck is the third baseman, Roxy Serrano, and in the hole the catcher, Marissa Crawford. And defensively, Fuentes Molina Cruz, that's Janae Molina, out in center, so from left to right.
Marcus Munoz, Hammond, and Leslie Molina from third to first, with Whitmire catching. Change up. That's going to be a pop fly. That's going to be trouble, and that's a base hit. Boy, I wouldn't change their bat speed. I wouldn't slow them down at all. I just keep pouring on the fastball because that's the second changeup that was hit. First hit, but the other one was a fly out. But that one, change up. She was able to poke it out there over the shortstop's head for a single. All right, here's the pitch to Serrano. Swing and a miss. Well, she can't hear me, and she don't need to hear me. I'm not her coach, but I just feed those fastballs. They have not caught up to them yet. They've hit the changeup twice, one for a base hit. Just Guzman got that base hit. And the pitch, another fastball, fouls it back, strike 2. On deck, Marissa Crawford, the catcher, and in the hole, Alina Lenatus, the right fielder. What was Jenna doing? I looked up and saw Jenna making what looked strange. Here's a pitch. That's going to be a chopper back to the pitcher. Oh, no. She throws it, and not in time to first. The throw was a little bit of a soft toss to second, so end up getting the fielder's choice out at second base for out number 2. 1-6 was the play. Well, maybe it's the first out. It's probably first out. So my mistake. There was a strike and a throw down. So the runner at first base is Serrano. Marissa Crawford is at the plate with strike 1 called. 1 out. I said 2. I apologize. 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a foul ball backwards. Bounce down and back for strike 2. So 0-2 the count. Runner down at first is Roxy Serrano, who hit into that fielder's choice. Crawford awaits the 0-2. Down and in. Oh, Jenna dropped it, and the throw down is going to be way offline. And she didn't realize it. Good heads up there by Serrano. As soon as she saw the ball come out of Jenna's glove, she took off. And she stole that base. It just popped straight down, and Jenna didn't realize, because it didn't get away from her, really, just to her left. But runner took off, and she's now in scoring position with 1 out. Swung on. That's going to be a base hit. Right center, and that is going to score a run. So the Goddard Rockets get on the board first. With a base hit out to right center field, the single, and the RBI, which brings Alina Lenatus to the plate. And now we've got a courtesy runner coming in for the catcher, and that will be number 9. And that young lady is Sophia Aguilar, so she'll be down at first base with 1 out. And at the plate, the right fielder, Lenatus. She wears number 20 as she steps in. Double play in order here. She's going to square a bunt, and that's going to be thrown down into the turf for ball 1. Good job there by Jenna, digging that up and ready to fire down to first, but didn't. Aguilar had gotten off pretty good, but she dove back. All right, here's the wind and the pitch. Again, squares the bunt, and she kind of fought that off in self-defense for strike 1. So the count goes to 1-1 on Lenatus. See if she squares the bunt again. She does, and the pitch, she's going to pop fly, and that's going to be a double. Oh, no! Cat airmails it into, I didn't see her go back and tag. They need to get back to first base. Well, that was a weird-looking play because the Bulldogs had the double play, but it's airmailed. It goes into the fence. The right fielder throws it back in, but the runner didn't tag up. She took off running again. She was almost a second. The Bulldogs should have had her out the second time, and dropped the ball on the throw-in, so she's safe. But that is out number 2. And Jenna Payne looks at inside and down. What is she doing? That didn't hit her. What's the call here? I mean, she jogged down to first, so I guess it did. Nobody is saying anything. The umpire didn't throw his hands up. Wow, okay. I'm confused again. So hit by pitch on the first play. Puts runners at first and second on the first pitch. That pitch a little high and away. Throw down, not in time to first base. Amaya Herrera at the plate. She's got ball 1. 1-0. And the pitch. Strike called on down on the inner half of the plate. So 1-1 now the count to Herrera. She's the bottom of the order and the pitcher. That means Campa, top of the order on deck, and Morales in the hole. Goddard leads 1-0 here in getting 1 run so far, and they got runners at first and second with 2 outs. Right? Nope, ball. So 1-1 the count. I'm sorry, 2-1. I missed the ball somewhere. So 2-1 the count. Apodaca ready to go. Here's the wind in the pitch. High. Goes all the way to the net. Throw down to third is not in time. So on the wild pitch in ball 3, the runners both move over. The count now 3-1 on Herrera. Apodaca steps back ready to go. And the pitch. Strike 2 call. That takes the count full, but Herrera can help herself out here. She's got 1 run across. She's got 2 ducks on the pond ready to come and score. Payoff pitch with the bases low, with bases at second and third, and full count. Swung on. It's a slow chopper. Third base side foul. All right, so she'll step back onto the pitcher's plate. Will Apodaca, and the pitch swung on, a slow roller, third base. Goes to first in time, and she is out at first, so they get out of the jam, although 1 run did come across. 5-3 the put out, and the Goddard Rockets get 2 hits, 1 run. There were no errors and 2 runners left on base. It is now 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the second inning. It'll be Hammond, Whitmire, and Fuentes coming to the plate for the Bulldogs.
Looking for power, performance, and a whole lot of game day style? Come to Major Supply, your one-stop shop for industrial goods and outdoor gear. With the brands you trust, Milwaukee, Rigid, and much more. Built for the job site and tough enough for any task. And when the work's done, gear up for game day with team apparel, sunglasses, and all the sporting equipment you need to play hard and cheer harder. Tools, threads, and everything in between. Stop by today at 1808 South 1st in Artesia, or check them out online at MajorSupplyLLC.com.
Mack Energy Corporation is working to develop today's energy with tomorrow's technology. Technological advancements in recent years have presented new possibilities for exploration. Mack Energy strives to use these advances and stay abreast of innovative technology to ensure that our company is a forerunner in the quest for energy in the years to come. More importantly, Mack Energy Corporation is committed to being an advocate of the communities around us as we focus on youth, education, and innovative projects that address local issues. To learn more about Mack Energy, our affiliates, and our commitment to our youth and community, visit us at mec.com.
All right, we're at the bottom of the second inning. Goddard with the 1-0 lead, and Jade Hammond, our cleanup batter, will lead things off. She'll face Herrera for the first time today. Here's the pitch. Ball 1 a little bit low. Morales, Guzman, and Lenatus left to right. Payne, Campa, Hernandez, and Serrano first to third, with Crawford catching Herrera. There's your Goddard defense. High and away, ball 2 to Hammond On deck is going to be Whitmire, and in the hole, Fuentes for Artesia. They're looking to get something started here, down 1-0. Bulldogs across the street, leading 3-0, and they're in the top of the second over there. That was called a strike. Wow, strike one. So the count goes to 2-1. I said wow because that was low and in, but called strike one. That pitch too low, ball 3. So 3-1 now the count. Both the Artesia baseball Bulldogs and the Artesia softball Bulldogs, the 1 seed this year. Here's the pitch, high, ball 4. So the leadoff walk for Hammond puts the tying run on the base path, and that'll bring Jenna Whitmire to the plate. The baseball playoffs go with the best 2 of 3 series at the higher seed the first round. So the Bulldogs with the 1 seed are playing the 11th Wildcats, who got in by the skin of their teeth, the 16 seed. Last night the Bulldogs won 10-0 in 5 on the run rule, and today they're leading 3-0 with the 11th Wildcats at the plate. Down and in, ball 1. That was the same pitch. That's why it confused me, because I've seen that pitch 2 or 3 times, but he called it a strike once. But ball 1 on that one. Here's the wind in the 1-0. Called strike 1 down the middle. So that takes the count to 1-1. Hear a lot of bells swinging around here at the ballpark. Huh. All right, here's the wind and the 1-1. High. Ball 2 for Jenna Whitmire. Lovington just got a triple over there in the top of the second inning, so they got a base runner all the way around. Here's the 2-1. High, ball 3. Three and 1 now to Whitmire as she steps back in. And the pitch. Ooh, she took a big cut at it, come up empty. So that runs the count full as Jenna walks away from that one thinking I should have blasted it. I know her well enough, that's what she's thinking. Butt swung through the pitch, it was kind of up. Full count, nobody out, runner at first. That's ball 4, so back-to-back leadoff walks, or back-to-back walks, a leadoff and then the second batter. And that'll bring Brooklyn Fuentes to the plate. So with nobody out, runners at first and second, the Bulldogs looking to get things going here. The umpire behind the plate is saying something. He was waiting, I think, on the sliding glove of Jenna Whitmire. All right, here's the pitch. Swung on, pop fly back, and that will get up onto the net for a foul ball, strike 1. It's a rolling. It's a rolling. Will it make it off the field? It will not, as the umpire and the catcher both turn around and look at it. It'll settle up there on the net above the fans' heads. Here's the pitch. Down and in. It's a roller to third, and that will get a good job there by Hernandez at short. I said a roller to third, but it was a little line drive 1 bounce to the shortstop, and she gets the leadoff runner. So the fielder's choice goes 6-5, and there's now 1 out in the inning. Leslie Molina steps in. First pitch she sees, she fouls back for strike 1. All right, so strike 1 on Molina, the first baseman for the Bulldogs. Janae Molina on deck. She plays center field, and Cruz in the hole. Another foul ball, left side. Good job there by the third baseman, Serrano. She went and got it. It was foul. She could have let it go, but good hustle. So 0-2 now to Molina. She steps back in. She's got runners at first and second, 1 out. And the pitch. She waited back on it. That's going to get into the 6 hole. And coming home, a play at the plate, safe. And so they're going to have a rundown. Oh, go, 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 go. Going to be a play at third. We're safe. Everybody's safe for the Bulldogs. So the throw home was high after the hit up the middle, the single. And so scoring was Whitmire. And moving over on the throw was both the runners. So the Bulldogs now have runners at second and third, and Molina steps in. This is Janae. She'll look a little bit up, ball one. So the Bulldogs tie it up. Still only one out here in the bottom of the second, but two runners in scoring position for Molina. Janae looks at ball two, too low. On deck is Izzy Cruz, our right fielder. And then we're back to the top of the order. Daniela Munoz in the hole for Artesia. Looking to get a big inning here. They got two runners in scoring position with only one out. There's a swing. That's a rip. That's going to be it. That'll clear the base pass. Janae will go into second base with the double, and the 2 runs batted in, and the Bulldogs now lead 3-1 on that great piece of hitting. And that'll bring Izzy Cruz to the plate. She wears number 3, and she's playing out in right field. Boy, Janae stung that ball. Nice line drive out to left center, bounces off the fence. That's going to be a little bloop to the infield by Izzy, and that'll be out number 2 on the first pitch that she saw. Second baseman was standing where she popped it up to. But that gets the Bulldogs top of the order with 2 outs. They want to get a 2-out rally going here. They got another runner in scoring position down there at second in Janae Molina. All right, here's the pitch. Swung on, fouled back into the net, strike 1. So Daniela flew out her first time through, so she's 0 for 1. But a base hit here very well could score the runner from second. Bulldogs now lead 3-1 across the street going into the bottom of the second, so a run did score for the Wildcats. That pitch outside, ball 1. 1-1 now the count, so they're just starting the bottom of the second over there at Brainerd Park, home of the Artesia Bulldogs. Here's the wind in the pitch. Swung on, foul ball. Coach Polito got out of the way and said, "Hey, you mad at me?" Looked in there at Daniela and said, "What'd I do?" But she didn't hit her. She got out of the way. Morales, Guzman, Linares left to right. Serrano, Hernandez, Campa, and Payne third to first with Crawford catching Herrera. There's your your Goddard Rocket defense. And the pitch swung on. That's going to be fair. Good play by the third baseman, but safe at first, and then coming all the way from second on the throw. Good job running there by Janae Molina. As the throw was off a little bit, Payne over at first had to come off the bag, and the ball came out of her glove, and so Molina never slowed down. She goes all the way from second to home on an infield single. Here's the pitch. That's going to hit her, but she swung, so strike 1. That was a good play over there by the third baseman. But Serrano, but then her throw was off, so it allowed the run to score, and it was an infield single. Difficult play. Kat gets strike 1 as she was swinging and was hit by the pitch, but called strike 1, and then she fouls that pitch off for strike 2. So she's 0 and 2 at the plate. She's 0 for 1 in the ball game. She had a line drive out first time through. Here's the pitch. Oh, and she waited on it. It was really high. It just looked too good. It was a slow pitch, but strike 3 on the swinging strike. Artesia score 4 runs off of 3 hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base as we go into the top of the third inning. The Artesia Bulldogs leading 4-1. It'll be the top of the order: Campa, Morales, and Hernandez for the Rockets.
Wilbanks LLC and Wilbanks Trucking Services LLC has over 37 years of experience, from 1987 to 2025, in the Permian Basin oil and gas industry. Wilbanks recently divested out of the rig moving operations to focus exclusively on providing crane services To support the growing demand in the basin, Wilbanks continues to provide quality, expert, and performance-based services to a multitude of customers. With a fleet ranging from 60-ton to 350-ton cranes and locations in Hobbs, Artesia, and Odessa, Texas, we hope that you will consider our team for projects ranging from plant builds, compressor sets, to general site build. Please call us at 575-746-6318 to find out what we can do for you. Wilbanks LLC, your regional expert in the crane world.
All right, we're going into the top of the third inning here. Joby Hodling with you, KSVPTV.com. We're on YouTube, KSVP TV channel. We're also on the radio, AM 990 and FM 93.7. However you're watching and or listening, thanks for tuning in here in the first round of the 2026 softball tournament state championships. That first pitch down and in for ball one. It's the leadoff batter, Lindsay Campa, at the plate. She's 0 for 1. She struck out swinging her first time through back in the top of the first inning. So she'll step in and try to drive one somewhere. Morales on deck and Hernandez in the hole for the Rockets as Apodaca ready to go again. Whitmire the catcher. I'll give you the rest of the Bulldog defense after this pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one. Fuentes, Molina, Cruz left to right. First to third is Molina, Hammond, Munoz, and Marcus. Of course, I just said earlier, Whitmire catching and Apodaca pitching. 4-1 if you're just joining us. Bulldogs lead here in the top of the third inning. Here's the pitch, swung on, foul back into the net for a foul ball, strike two. Across the street at Brainerd Park, the Bulldogs and the Wildcats playing in their first round action. Top of the order is batting over there, Jet Fuentes at the plate. We've got a runner at second. There's Bulldogs lead over there 3-1, and now the coach is talking. I mean, the umpire is talking. Did he call another ball? So he did call a ball. Said she didn't have her glove separated from the ball. Here's the pitch. A little bit low, and Campa held off. So it's full count now. Caden walking way back towards second base. I think she's frustrated. She steps back onto the pitcher's plate. And the pitch. Grounder, third base. Throw over in time. Nice play there. Basically a power bunt. And not that easy of a play, but Marcus made it look easy. Comes up, scoops it, throws it on the run, and that is a 5-3 putout if you're scoring at home, and out number one here in the top of the third inning. And now we've got number 2, Morales. Last time she batted lefty, now she's batting righty. Here's the pitch. Jean said she's amphibious. That makes sense. Strike one right down the middle. Oh, by the way, we have Gene Dow producing today. He's waving at you. 0-1 the count at the plate. Morales ready to go. Here's the pitch. High and away for ball one. 1-1 the count. So the shortstop, number 14, Marisol Hernandez, is on in the hole, or on deck, and Jordi Guzman, the center fielder, is in the hole. The pitch, high, goes through the glove of Whitmire. That's ball two. So the Bulldogs get a hit over there apparently because the run has scored that was out on second base. And it's now 5-1 Artesia, bottom of the second. All right, we're back ready to go. Apodaca looking into Whitmire, gets her sign. The pitch. Swung on, fouled back, strike two. Whitmire calls the time. She's going to trot out and talk to Caden. Must have had something crossed. Just want to make sure they get their signs right. Or maybe she's just saying, what are you thinking for lunch? And Apodaca's saying, I don't know. If we win, let's go eat a steak. That's what Gene's doing. The meat eater, Gene Dow. Oh, wait. He's hummus. Oh, he's got a cheese and turkey. Chicken, turkey. He's eating a sandwich. How dare him? Of course, it is lunchtime. All right, here's the 2-2. Down and bounces, so ball 3. Full count now to Morales. So whatever they talked about, whether it was lunch plans or Saturday night plans or, hey, we got our pitches crossed up, whatever, that was a low ball for ball 3. Which means full count at the plate to Jayla Morales. She's 0 for 1, struck out swinging her first time through. I don't think I said that earlier. And that's going to be ball 4 down and in. That'll bring Hernandez to the plate. She hit it hard on a line drive out to left field her last time. And Munoz reminding Fuentes out there, hey, she hit it right to you last time. Be ready. Look at her. She's going to shift her over a little bit. Pretty big gap out there. Pop fly back over to the right side. And you heard it hit. Foul ball strike. Hit the awning of the dugouts. Because when it hits the roof, it kind of thuds. When it hits the awning, it kind of tings. Ting! 0 on the count. 1 out. Runner at first. Double play. Ball in play. Line drive. Oh, and it gets through that glove. I think that's an error. It hit her right in the glove. She didn't pull it in. She had to jump a little bit, but I don't even really think she had to jump. I think she would say she should have caught it. So E6 puts runners at first and second, which brings the center field cleanup batter, Jordy Guzman, to the plate. Runners at first and second with 1 out. Here's the wind and the pitch. Chopper backwards foul for strike 1. It always looks funny. A big swing and the ball goes basically right off the bottom of the bat, goes straight down and then backwards. You're thinking, I'm thinking because I'm kind of slow on the uptake. How does it do that? It has to do with the spin and where it hits the bat, all that stuff. All right, 0-1 the count. Down and in. Good job by Jenna. Boy, I thought she was going to fire it down to first, but she decided not to. 1-1 now the count. Dug it out well. Apodaca ready to go. Wind in the pitch. Outside and high. She does slow it down this time, but not in time. So ball 2, 2-1. The count. It is now 8-1 across the street, so I'm not looking at that game much, but just between pitches once in a while. Bulldogs have scored 3 more. That's high, bounces away from Jenna, but she hustles to it and keeps her runners where they're at. So the count now 3-1. Looks like they're making a pitching change across the street. 8-1 Artesia. If they win this ball game, then they move on. They don't have to play game 3. It's best 2 of 3. So here's the 3-1 with 1 out. And it's high in ball 4, so unusual walk for Caden Apodaca. She's usually pretty tight around the plate, but in this ball game, she's had a couple of walks. And that one loads the bases up. Jenna takes her helmet off, is going to walk out and talk to her. I really think she got it in. She got in her head a little bit about that the pitches the illegal pitches that's been called. I've been trying to pay attention to it now, and I'm thinking, and I could be wrong, and Kevin is up here, he's the PA, and he's a former umpire, and maybe he can correct me, but I'm thinking she's been doing it, but he's not counting it unless the batter's ready, which if they're in the box, I thought that means they're ready, but I learned, I think, from you, Kevin, last night, that doesn't mean that. You can be, if they're in the box, they're not ready unless the umpire says they're ready is what I've learned. So, and it's a fully judgment call. I mean, I understand quick pitch. A quick pitch is when they're stepping in and the pitcher pitches it. That's a quick pitch, and we saw that some last night, I guess. Umpire's going to walk out and break up the huddle. But I saw one a while ago when he called it an illegal pitch, but she had the ball out there when the batter was in the box, and then she went to her glove and started to pitch, and he stopped it and said illegal pitch. So I'm thinking, based on that if he doesn't feel the batter is ready, That ball's got to stay in the free hand until the batter is ready, and then she can put it in the glove. That's all. I'm just talking through it out loud. All right, so here is Serrano. She's going to hit it to, oh no, another error that's going to score a run. Oh, shortstop was going to go to third base, I'm thinking, and she looked up too soon. That's Daniela Munoz, and did not field the ball cleanly, so everybody is safe on the error. All right, so the bases continue to be loaded. Marissa Crawford swings through the first pitch for strike one. She's 1 for 1. She singled her last time through, so another single could tie this ball game up. Only one out. Bulldogs want to, I'm surprised they're not playing in. I guess up the middle, they're going to go for the double play ball. Playing in on the third base and first base side. That pitch is ball one. I waited because I need to wait. Quit calling the strikes and balls. 1-1 the count, 1 out. Bases juiced for the Rockets. And a time. Third base umpire. Oh. So the runner down there, Hernandez, stuck her foot out to her coach and said, hey, can you tie my shoe? So that's why the timeout called. Shoe was untied. Jenna took a break at the plate. And now she's got her helmet on, ready to go. 1-1 the count. Crawford steps back in. Bulldogs playing pretty much straight away. Back in the infield. Here's the pitch. Down and in. Ball two. Good job again by Whitmire. Throw down. Not in time. To first base. 4-2 is our score. Bulldogs have had 2 errors in this inning, which has hurt them, as errors usually do hurt you. All right, here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 2-2 now the count. Crawford awaits the pitch. Apodaca to the plate, and she swung, and she is out. Can't run on a drop third strike. Throw it down, throw it down, throw it down. She didn't. Runner at second base was all the way over. At first base was way down the line, but Jenna probably wisely held on to it. So the swinging strike out, and that is out number 2, which brings the right fielder, Alina Leonatis, to the plate. First pitch, couldn't hold it up. Strike 1, down and in, but tried to check her swing, unable to. She is 0 for 1. She flew out her first time through, so she's got a chance here to get a couple of runs across and tie this ball game up. Bases loaded. 2 outs. Let's see if Apodaca and the defense can work out of this jam. Strike 2. Again, down and in. Big swing and come up empty. Just go back with it. Don't slow up her bat here with a changeup. Here's the wind and the 1-0-2. Same pitch, same result. Great job. And they do get out of the jam with that strikeout. But there was no hits with 1 run, 2 errors, and 3 runners left on base. As the Rockets cut it in half, it's now 4-2. At the plate, Apodaca, Hammond, and Whitmire will be back.
With a deep heritage in oil and gas, Abo Empire is focused on safe and effective energy development in New Mexico. We will continue to make strategic investments in this industry to promote the economic and environmental well-being of our company, our partners, and our communities. We are continuing the Yates tradition. From John Yates Jr., Cynthia Yates Price, and their families, we are your partners in the community and proud supporters of Artesia Bulldog and Lady Bulldog Sports. Dreaming of your perfect home? Ramona and Roger Kilpatrick at RE/MAX Axiom invite you to discover the joy of making that dream come true. As agents deeply rooted in Artesia and the surrounding area, they bring years of combined experience and a true passion for real estate. Whether you're buying or selling, Ramona and Roger's friendly and approachable nature ensures you feel right at home, making every step of the process enjoyable. Visit RE/MAXNMAxiom.com to see the latest listings or stop by their office in Artesia at 402 West Main, Suites D&E. RE/MAX Axiom, where your dream home becomes reality.
At Permian Construction, we're more than builders. We're your
Gene
neighbor.
said I can go, so I'm going to go. We'll see y'all later. Oh, I'm just kidding. I'm staying right here. So we've got number 1 coming in to pitch. And She was not playing right field, but I'm trying to see who else moved around, if anybody. So number 8 was the pitcher. It looks like she is now at first base. Okay. And number 19, I do not see out there.
She came in. 19 was at first, so the picture went to first.
Yeah. Okay, so the changes, we now have Herrera, who was the starting pitcher. She's at first, and the new pitcher, Juliet Gallegos.
Number 24, Kaden Apadaka.
Caden will step in. She is 0 for 1. She flew out to the infielder, second baseman, her first time through, so she's looking to drive one somewhere. Playing deep back there, as they probably should be. Pitch is down and in for ball 1. Morales, Guzman, and Linares left to right. Herrera, Campa, Hernandez, and Serrano first to third. Crawford remains behind the plate. And our new pitcher, Juliet Gallegos. Swung on. That's a base hit in the 6 hole. And she's going to turn and look to go into second. Oh, she probably should have went. Well, maybe not. Good call there. So the hit leadoff single brings Jade Hammond to the plate. She is 0 for 0. She walked her first time through. Now we're going to have a courtesy runner, I would think, is what's happening because the umpire's out talking. So, yep, it'll be number 17. That's Jocelyn Stroud coming in to courtesy run for the pitcher, Kaden Apadaka. All right, so Jade Hammond at the plate. Again, she walked her first time through, and she'll face Juliet Gallegos for the first time. Juliet pitched last night, got the win. Called strike 1 on the inner half and down at the knees. So the count 0-1. On deck is Whitmire, and in the hole Fuentes for Artesia. Here's the wind and the pitch. That's a chopper foul on the right side for strike 2. So Jade will be looking to shorten up right here and not let anything close go by her with 2 strikes. Nobody out. The leadoff single by our pitcher. And Stroud coming into courtesy run. There's another foul ball. Good job fighting that one off. It was in on her hands. She fought it off. So the count remains 0-2. Across the street, 8-1. They're now in the top of the third. Bulldogs with the lead. Wind and the pitch. Whoa, change up that was a floater out there for ball 1. So 1-2 now, the count. Wind in the pitch, swung on. That's going to be a little bloop. Second baseman will fade back and make the play. Campa with the first out of the inning.
Now batting catcher, number 14,
So that brings Jenna to the plate. Jenna will step in. She's 0 for 0. She walked her first time through. She's looking to drive one somewhere here. Jocelyn Stroud, courtesy running. She's down at first base. Jenna steps in to face Gallegos for the first time. Like I said, Juliet pitched last night and got the win. And then she's come in here in relief in the bottom of the third. That's ball 1 to Jenna. She's back in, ready to go. The pitch, high and away, ball 2. Fuentes on deck and Leslie Molina in the hole. As the Bulldogs want to get some runs here, they want to add to their lead. They lead 4-2 here in the bottom of the third. They won last night 4-0. So fairly tight game for them. There's a big cut. Strike 1. Jenna might have chased one down, but either way, it's a strike. 2-1 now the count. Lee Johnson on the call across the way. Here's the pitch. Swung and a miss. Another big cut. That probably was for sure a strike down the middle. Just come up empty, did Whitmire. So with the count now 2-2, she'll step back in. The pitch. Ooh, and she swung through another one. Uncharacteristic of Jenna, 3 swings, and all 3 come up empty. So that's the second out of the inning, and that'll bring our number 6 batter, left fielder Brooklyn Fuentes, to the plate. She hit into a fielder's choice her first time through, so she's looking to get a base rip here. First pitch, she pops it up. Shallow right field, going to be trouble? Nope. Good job by the right fielder. Lenatus comes in and makes the play for out number 3. So the Bulldogs get a hit, but no runs. There were no errors, and one runner left on base as we go to the top of the 4th with the Bulldogs leading 4-2, and it'll be, well, we'll see who it'll be. I think it will be the new pitcher coming into bat, and then Herrera, and then Campa. We'll be back.
Bob Reed Pest Control is committed to providing the most modern pest management solutions for homes and businesses. Bob Reed can handle every aspect of pest control, from general insects to trees, shrubs, yard treatment, and commercial weed control. And they're the only Centricon termite colony elimination system authorized operator in Southeast New Mexico. No job is too big or too small. Bob Reed Pest Control, Southeast New Mexico's pest management professionals. Find them online at bobreedpestcontrol.com or call 575-623-5344. Serving all of Southeast New Mexico.
Thanks to a partnership with the City of Artesia, Eddy County residents are automatically enrolled in TransAero Medevac's free air ambulance program, ensuring no out-of-pocket costs if flown by TransAero. You can print your membership card on the City of Artesia's website. Keep this card with your ID and health insurance to act as a request for TransAero Medevac. Eddy County residents, take advantage of this free benefit and make sure when you need it most, fly with TransAero Medevac. Life support by air.
Bulldogs doing their warm-ups here. We're going into the top of the 4th inning with a 4-2 lead over the Goddard Lady Rockets. So the throwdown about to come here from Whitmire. Nope, they're just ready to go. Not going to throw it down. So the infield will come in and give high fives all around as Caden gets ready to go. And the leadoff batter will be number 1 as she came in to pitch. That's Juliet Gallegos. And she came in to pitch in the bottom of the 3rd. First pitch, swing and a little foul ball to the right side for strike 1. So we have Izzy out and right, Brooklyn in left, and Janae up the middle and center. Kat over at 3rd, Leslie at 1st, Daniela at short, and Jade at second base with Jenna catching and Caden pitching. There's the Bulldog defense and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Herrera is on deck, and then the top of the order, Campa is in the hole for the Rockets. Full power, I heard. I think he said full power. All right, here's the 0-2. There was full power. They're going to dribble it to third baseman. Cat picks it up, throws it over to Leslie, and that is out 1, 5-3. If you're scoring at home on the ground out. And that'll bring to the plate the first baseman, who was pitching, but she moved over to first in the the bottom of the 3rd. She's now playing first base. It's Amaya Herrera. She's 0 for 1. She grounded out to Marcus, her last at bat, down over there, third base. Pitch, inside, ball 1. Boy, that fastball had some mustard on it. I'm just hungry, Gene said. I'm talking about food now. Although I will say this, I'm not a fan of mustard. I like the mayo on my hot dog. Here's the pitch. That sounds strange probably to most people, but that's what I like. Mayo and ketchup. Ball 2 up high. I can take mustard. I might even put them all 3 on the hot dog. But I'm not just going to eat just mustard. Unless, man, I'm just talking now. All right, so the count, 2-0 at the plate. Herrera back ready to go. Here's the pitch. Down for ball 3. We do have 1 out here in the inning, but now 3-0 count at the plate. Caden ready to go. And the 3-0. strike one called. Just a fastball down the middle. But even though I said mustard, and even though I said I don't like it that much, I am hungry, Gene. I would say I am. And Gene's bringing out another sandwich. Oh, my goodness. He's just up here eating sandwiches. Here's the pitch. Strike two, another fastball down the middle. So that takes the count full. Three-two the count. Herrera back ready to go in the back of the box. And the pitch. Down and in, ball four. So the one-out walk will bring us to the top of the Goddard order. Lindsay Kampa will step in. She's 0 for 2. She struck out swinging the first time through and then had that power bunt and was thrown out by Marcus. The pitch swung on, pop fly back into the net, and that is strike one. So the count 0-1 now to Kampa. One out. On deck is Morales and Hernandez in the hole. We're at the top of the order for the Rockets. Down at first base is Herrera. After drawing the one-out walk, swung on. It's a little blue fly. Great catch there by the pitcher, Apodaca. 4-out number 2. Both her and the first baseman had come to get it, so nobody was at first. So good job by Caden to go get that. And that'll bring Jayla Morales to the plate. She's batting on the left side this time. And she'll swing at that one and hit it into the net. Maybe she's batting on the left side the whole time, but I had her on the right side. That's what I thought. There's another amphibious batter. All right, here's the wind and the 0-1. Got her, strike two. Couldn't hold up her swing. It was down and in. So the check swing is a strike. 0-2 the count. Apodaca back ready to go. 10-1 across the street in the bottom of the third. Bulldogs batting. Here's the pitch, swing and a foul tip over to the left side. So the count remains 0-2. Apodaca back, ready to go. 0-2. Right back at her on a soft line drive, and that is out. Number 3. So they go down in order, do the Rockets. 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Actually, that's not true. They did have a runner down there at first base on a walk. All right, we'll be back. It'll be the bottom 3. Molina, and Cruz coming to the plate for the Bulldogs. Bottom of the fourth, 4-2, Artesia.
At Permian Construction, we're more than builders. We're your neighbors. Proudly serving communities across the Permian Basin, we specialize in commercial projects from $50,000 to $5 million, delivering quality, efficiency, and peace of mind. With our construction management at-risk approach, we handle every detail from design to completion, so you can count on results done right. Built on hometown pride and strong values, Permian Construction is committed to growing the places we all call home. Learn more at PermianConstruction.com, where Magga the Bulldog says, which means, go Bulldogs. Smile Expressions in Artesia encourages you to treat your teeth to a spring cleaning. You'll have healthier teeth and gums, fresher breath, and brighter teeth. Plus, you'll be reducing risk for dental problems and improving your overall health. To schedule your dental spring cleaning, call Smile Expressions 575-746-1900 or request an appointment from our website, artesiadentist.com. Quality dental care, hometown comfort. That's Smile Expressions in Artesia.
All right, we're back here, bottom of the fourth. Bulldogs leading 4-2, and Leslie Molina at the plate. She's 1 for 1 in the ball game, so she looks to get a start off here. But a good pitch, swing and a miss. Gallegos had that one kind of tailing away, about belt, maybe a little above belt high. Good swing, but come up empty, did Leslie. Wind and the pitch. Swung on, hits it sharp right at the shortstop. Throw across in time for out number 1 on the ground out. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Bulldogs leading 4-2. Winner goes up to the winner's bracket next week, plays at 9:30 in the morning. Loser goes up into the consolation bracket next week and plays at 9:30 in the morning also. They're at Cleveland High School. Janae hits that well. Oh, it's not as well as I thought. Man, I thought that came off the bat better than that. It's just a routine fly out to center field. So that'll bring Izzy Cruz to the plate. She's 0 for 1. So Janae, I really thought that ball came off better than it didn't. It just floated out there to center field for out number 2. Cruz steps in, the right fielder. She's 0 for 1. She flew out to Kempa at second base her first time through, and she's looking to get this 2-out rally going. High, ball 1. So since she's a number 9 batter, it goes to make sense that the number 1 batter's on deck. That's Daniela Munoz. And Kat Marcus in the hole as the Bulldogs want to get a 2-out rally going. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 1-1 now, the count to Cruz. Morales, Guzman, Linares left to right. Serrano, Hernandez, Campa, and Herrera third to first with Crawford catching Gallegos. There's your Goddard defense. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Bulldogs having a hard time figuring out Gallegos here. And the pitch. Chopper into the hole, and that's going to be an infield single. Good effort by the shortstop, but very tough play. Third baseman tried to get to it, but couldn't. So the single starts off the 2-out rally, which brings Daniela Munoz to the plate. She is 1 for 2, flew out to left center, and then singled her last at bat. So the 2-out rally now in play. Here's the pitch. Boy, that was one you want to cut in half. Strike 1 right down the pipe. She must have been looking for something different right there. 0-1 the count. Daniela steps back in. And the pitch. High and away. Ball 1. 1-1. So Cruz down there at first base looking to move on any ball hit. She's got 2 outs. Or the Bulldogs have 2 outs. Pop fly, shallow center field. The shortstop will go make the play for out number 3. Good play there by the shortstop. There was a hit, but no runs, no errors, and 1 runner left on base as we go to the top of the 5th inning. 4-2 Artesia. It'll be Hernandez, Guzman, and Serrano. 3, 4, 5 hitters coming to the plate.
Sometimes that dog barking is an Artesia Bulldog preparing for victory. Most of the time, however, it's probably just the family pet asking for attention. Artesia Animal Clinic provides a full range of services for just about any size pet or animal. Our new clinic has been expanded to provide better quality of care, including an in-house laboratory, radiology, surgery, herd health, and more. So the next time your pet looks like they could use some extra care, come by Artesia Animal Clinic in our newly remodeled and expanded facility at 110 West Mahone Drive.
There really is no one quite like you, and no one quite like the ones you love. At Turpinning & Son Mortuary, they take pride in providing families with the best service possible. The phrase, "we make it personal," is not just a tagline. It's the way they conduct themselves every day as they honor the ones you love in their own unique and special way. Located at 611 West Grand in Artesia. Visit artesiafunerals.com to learn more. Turpinning & Son Mortuary, proudly serving our community and your family since 1954.
All right, we're starting the top of the 5th inning. 4-2 Artesia. Bulldogs across the street going into the bottom of the 4th inning with an 11-1 lead. At the plate, the number 3 hitter, shortstop, number 14, Marisol Hernandez. She's 0 for 2. She did reach on an error, her second at bat. That's a pop fly. That's Jenna's ball, but she couldn't find it fast enough, so it'll fall for a foul ball, strike 1. So 0-1 the count as everybody will reposition. Bulldog defense playing pretty much straight away. And about mid-depth out there in the outfield. That pitch in for ball 1. 1-1 now to Hernandez. On deck is Guzman, and in the hole, Serrano. Bulldogs lead 4-2. We're in the top of the 5th inning. 1-1. Down and in, ball 2. 2-1 now the count. Fuentes, Molina, Cruz from left to right. Molina, Hammond, Munoz, and Marquez from first to third. Whitmire behind the plate, and in the circle, Apodaca. Haven't had any defensive changes for the Bulldogs. And the pitch, swinging and a miss. Strike 2. So 2-2 now the count. Pitch. Got her to swing on that down and in. That is strikeout number 1 of the inning, out number 1. And the number 4 hitter coming to the plate, the center fielder, number 17, Jory Guzman. She's 1 for 1. She singled in the 6 hole and walked. Here's the wind in the pitch. Down and in, ball 1. So the Bulldogs across the street, they're at the plate. Leading that series 1-0 and leading in this second game 11-1 in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch. Checked her swing. It was too high. So that is ball 2. Track team did really well yesterday. I think both the boys and girls won the district meet. Here's the pitch. Swung on. It's a slow roller. Shortstop Munoz to first base, and that is out on the 6-3 ground out. And out number 2 in the inning, and that brings Roxy Serrano to the plate. She's hit into a fielder's choice, and she reached on an error. She is 0 for 2. But she's looking to get a 2-out rally going for the Rockets. Apodaca to the plate. Pop fly into the net on the right side. Foul ball, strike 1. And the ball, the girls on the field playing keep away from each other. I don't know what that was, Gene. There was a weird call there from somebody. Kind of a screech. 0-1 the count and the pitch. Down and in, ball 1. So 1-1 the count as Serrano steps back in. The pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1-2 now the count with 2 outs. Crawford on deck and Lenatus in the hole if they can get a 2-out rally started. Swing, and that's going to be foul. No. All right, so the 1-2 count after that foul ball. Here's the pitch. Fouls it off again. So count stays 1-2. I've got a catch in my throat. Gene asked if I need some water. I said, no, I got something to drink. I'm just ignoring it. But I'm drinking it now, trying to get this catch out of my throat. All right, here's the 1-2 again, and she took something off of that. The ball gets by Jenna, but she throws it down in time, and that is out. Number 3 on the drop strike. 3rd strikeout. Throw down, 2-3. So no hits, no runs, no errors, and nobody left on base as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Artesia leads.
Incredible in Artesia is open for business, ready to give you the hometown quality and customer service you know and love. Georgia and her team specialize in in-house design for quality custom business cards at a competitive price. From scanning to desktop publishing, if you need it, they can do it. On Main Street across from the Derek Floor statue in downtown Artesia. For all your printing needs, think Incredible.
Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency. Auto and home, life and health, personal and commercial. Bonds too, since 1925, we have the coverage for you. Innovation, service, integrity, and knowledge. J.S. Ward and Son Insurance Agency.
All right, we're going into the bottom of the 5th. The Bulldogs continue to lead here 4-2. So since coming in to pitch Gallegos, she came in the bottom of the 3rd. The Bulldogs unable to get anything going. Let's see if Cat can get things going. So Cat will lead things off. Caden behind her and Jade in the hole as the Bulldogs in the meat of their order, 2, 3, 4 batters. Want to get some insurance runs in this tight ball game. Been a pitcher's duel. We've had 2 different ones for the Rockets. And Gallegos has been pretty shut down the last 2 innings. First pitch, called strike 1 on that outside edge to Cat. She's 0 for 2, so she's due. Or as Robbie Ballou would say, time to get off the schneid. There you go, Gene. I brought it in. You're welcome. All right, here's the 0-1. Called strike 2, this time on the inside half and down at the knees. So 0-2 now to Cat Marcus. Pitch from Gallegos. Change up, she rips it. Fair down the line. Cat will go around easily into second base. Stand up double. That's a leadoff double. So there's what the Bulldogs wanted to do. Get started here against Gallegos. That'll bring Caden to the plate. Really, anybody in this order can go deep, but Caden for sure anytime might launch one. Cat could do the same. Jenna Whitmire, another one that goes deep on a regular. Top to bottom, Bulldogs pretty good batters. There's a swing, and that's going to be fair as well. That'll score 1 run, and the Bulldogs looking to get, and then moving over on the throw is Apodaca, good base running. She just swaps spots with Marcus, and the Bulldogs now lead after back-to-back doubles, 5-2 with nobody out. Coming in to run for Caden is number 17, courtesy running. She is Jocelyn Stroud. So nobody out, and at the plate, the number 4 hitter in the lineup, Jade Hammond, second baseman. She's 0 for 1. She walked and she's flown out. She'll look at a called strike 1 down and in. On deck, Jenna Whitmire, and in the hole, Brooklyn Fuentes, as the Bulldogs want to get a big inning right here. Not the big inning, not the beginning, but a big inning. Here's the pitch. High and tight for ball 1, 1-1. So Jade steps back in. The pitch. Swung on. It's a ground ball to the left side. Shortstop picks it up. Goes to first in time, and that is out. Number 1 on the ground out. 6-3 the play. Holding up over their second base was Stroud as that ball was hit in front of her. Good base running. You don't want to get caught there. That'll bring Jenna Whitmire to the plate. She's 0 for 1. She walked her first time, but struck out her second time through, swinging. The pitch, she's going to square the bunt, puts it down, but it's foul. Kind of fought that one off for a foul ball, strike 1. So Jenna trying to get the runner over into 60 feet away with 1 out. Or probably just trying to bunt her way on. The pitch, Swung on. That's going to be a hit to center field. There's going to be a play at third base, and she's got her. Boy, she took off way too late. Play at second, not in time. But probably should have held up Stroud as she, as the center fielder had come in and made the play, and she took off. Boy, she was out by about 10 steps at third base. So the single by Whitmire, she moves over on the throw, but out at third base, being tagged out. 8-5 was the play. Jenna moved over on the throw. So now 2 outs, and Brooklyn Fuentes coming in. We do have a courtesy runner out there for Whitmire, and that's number 8, yeah. First pitch. I looked down, was that a ball? Ball went up high. Here's the wind in the pitch. Swing and a miss, Brooklyn. Good pitch. Looked like maybe a curveball there. Had definitely taken something off of it. Had Gallegos and looked like it had a little movement late. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped it into the glove, actually, for strike number 2. So 1-2 now to Brooklyn. Kind of waved at that pitch. It was outside. Would have been ball 2, but couldn't hold off on a good pitch there by Gallegos. Kind of got her to chase. This time she doesn't chase. Ball 2. That was a little higher. 2-2. On deck is their first baseman, Leslie Molina, and in the hole, our center fielder, Janae Molina. 2-2 the count. Gallegos with the wind and the pitch. And she got her swinging for a strikeout and out, number 3. But the Bulldogs get a run off of 3 hits. There was no errors and 1 runner left on base. It is now 5-2 Artesia as we head into the top of the 6th inning with Crawford, Linares, and Gallegos coming to the plate.
Hungry for flavor? Since 1965, La Fonda in Artesia has been serving up some of the most inventive New Mexican dishes around. From rich, slow-cooked red and green chili to sizzling carne avocado, every bite is tradition with a twist.
That chicken enchilada plate, so spicy, so comforting, just what I needed.
Come visit us at 210 West Main in Artesia or call 575-746-9377. We're open Monday through Friday from 11 till 2 and 4:30 to 8. Closed on weekends. Treat yourself to something local. La Fonda, where flavor feels like home.
Southeast New Mexico College offers a variety of associate degrees and certificates to help you pursue your educational goals. You'll find high-quality, affordable associate programs like business and nursing. Certificate programs like natural gas compression, welding, and industrial maintenance are offered to serve the common needs. Find your direction at SENMC. Navigate new pathways through higher learning at Southeast New Mexico College. Learn more at senmc.edu.
Marissa Crawford will lead things off here in the top of the 6th inning. 15-1 across the street in the bottom of the 4th inning, I'm sorry. Bulldogs have added more runs, and so they're making a pitching change, are the Lovington Wildcats. So the Bulldogs look to be heading up to Albuquerque next week, as do the Artesia Lady Bulldogs. Well, they're going for sure either way, going to Cleveland. First pitch, foul back by Crawford. She's 1 for 2. She singled her first time out to right field, but struck out swinging her last at bat. On deck is Linares, and in the hole Gallegos for the Rockets. They've got to get some base runners. They're down 5-2 here in the top of the 6th inning. Bulldog defense pretty much playing straight away. Swung on. That's a pop fly in the infield, and pitcher Apodaca calls everybody off for out number 1. All right, so defensively we have Brooklyn in left and Izzy in right, Janae in center, Whitmire and Apodaca, the battery mates, pitching and catching, Kat, Daniela, Jade, and Leslie, third to first. Here's the pitch. Swung on. That's a pop fly out to shallow center. And actually going to making the play is the shortstop, Daniela Munoz. And I'm glad that Janae heard her say she's got it, because that would have been a heck of a collision. They were in line to run into each other, but Munoz called Janae off, and she made the play over the shoulder. Looked like a touchdown catch. Great play, and that's out number 2.
Pitcher number 1, Juliet Gallegos.
So Gallegos will step in. She's 0 for 1. She grounded out to Kat Marcus, her last at bat. She came in the top or the bottom of the 3rd inning to pitch. Here's the pitch. Fouls it back for strike 1. Herrera on deck, and then the top of the order, Campa in the hole is Goddard trying to get some base runners here. Bulldogs, of course, saying we don't want you to, so that's what they're trying to do, keep them from doing that. Leading 5-2 are the Lady Bulldogs. 0-1 at the plate, and Apodaca ready to go. Pop fly to the right side. Molina giving chase, but it'll get over there into the cage for foul ball strike 2. I used to. Gene said you called that the live well. I used to say that, but I hadn't been fishing in 2 years, so I dropped all my fishing terms. Plus, I figured there were some softball fans saying, shut up. I didn't ever have anybody tell me that, but I'm thinking that probably was the case. All right, here's the 0-2. Good pitch. That's strike 3. Looking. So, no runs, no hits, no errors. They go 1-2-3. The score remains 5-2 going into the bottom of the 6th, and it'll be the bottom 3. Molina, and Cruz for the Bulldogs.
Whether you're buying your first home, selling, adding to your investment portfolio, or finally getting that shop with acreage for your forever home, Century 21 Black Gold is by your side from start to finish. Century 21 Black Gold is the premier full-service real estate brokerage in Artesia, striving to treat each client, property, and transaction with care, knowledge, and professionalism. Your home is our priority. Century 21 Black Gold Brokerage. We don't just sell houses. We hand you the keys to your next chapter. Give us a call today, 575-736-0021.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
Welcome back to the Mack. Artesia Lady Bulldogs and the Goddard Rockets, familiar foes. They're here in the first round of the 2026 softball playoffs, the Nucinda Credit Union softball playoffs. Winner moves on in the winner's bracket. The loser goes to the consolation bracket, but they both move on next week to Cleveland. First pitch to Leslie Molina is a ball, high and tight. So 1-0 the count. Janae is on deck and Izzy in the hole. We're at the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Bulldogs. High and away, ball 2. So 2 in a row that were high. 1 inside, 1 outside. So Molina, good spot here. She got a 2-0 count. She can look for her pitch. She's 1 for 2. She's singled and grounded out. She's going to pop fly over to the right side, and that will hit the net for strike 1. Crawford gathers it up, throws it back out to Gallegos. Morales, Guzman, and Linares left to right. Herrera, Campa, Hernandez, and Serrano from first to third. The aforementioned Crawford catching, and Gallegos in the circle. Here's the pitch. Called strike 2. Boy, that was outside. Strike 2 called. 2-2 the count. Good pitch there by Gallegos on that outside corner. I guess that one was a little high because it was in the same spot from left to right. Ball 3, so a full count now as Molina steps back in. Trying to lead the batter, trying to lead off here with this walk or a hit. And she's going to hit that one to the third baseman. Picks it up on the second hop, does Serrano. And throws it across in time for out. Number 1 on the ground out.
Now batting center fielder, number 10, Janae.
So Janae Molina will come to the plate. She's 1 for 2. She doubled her first time through. Stroked it out to left center field. on a couple hopper into the fence, and then flew out to center field. Guzman had come in and made a good play out there at that at bat. So 1 for 2 is Janae, and she'll step in and try to get a 1-out hit. Outside, ball 1. Izzy Cruz on deck, and then we turn it over to the top of the order, Daniela Munoz. Shortstop and leadoff batter. She is in the hole. Pitch. Big cut, come up empty. Strike 1 for Janae. 1-1 now the count. So the Bulldogs right now are 3 outs away from moving on in the winner's bracket, as the Goddard has one more at bat. That's too low. Ball 2, 2-1. But the Bulldogs would sure like to add some insurance runs here, only up by 3. The pitch, high. Ball 3, so 3-1 now to Janae. She'll step back in ready to go. Next Thursday, second, well, I get in double elimination, I guess it's not the second round. I don't know what you call it. Maybe it is second round. That's high, so ball 4 on a 1-out walk puts Molina down at first base, and that'll bring Izzy Cruz to the plate. Izzy's 1 for 2. She singled her last at bat, flew out her first at bat. It was an infield single that she got her last at bat. So with 1 out, she's going to step in on the right side. Now a timeout called. And the umpire so he stopped the game and told the Bulldog dugout something. All right, here's the pitch inside. And Janae very wisely runs to second on the ball dropped by Crawford. So a good job there paying attention by Molina. She puts herself in scoring position. The ball just kind of slowly rolled away from Crawford, and I don't know if she didn't see it or she just didn't try to get the ball quickly, because she didn't. So Molina now in scoring position. Here's the pitch inside. Oh, that actually hit her. Oh, wait. He called it a strike. She did not go. That was not, oh my goodness. So she check swinged, but he said that she was swinging or completed the check swing, so strike called even though it hit her. Or maybe he said it went off her hands, and that's part of the bat, I think. So foul ball. The count now 1-1. Gallegos ready to go. Runner at second, and the pitch. High and away. Ball 2. So the Bulldogs looking to wrap it up over there. And in fact, they just did. 15-1, the final score, top of the 5th inning. There's a called strike. Oh, he said it was a little high. Whoa. Ball 3. I thought that was a strike, but it was not. So 3-1 now the count. So Artesia Bulldogs move on. Lovington will go home. That's low, and that's ball 4. So now runners at first and second with the top of the order, Daniela Munoz coming to the plate. She is 1 for 3. Flew out, singled, and flew out.
Daniela Munoz.
So Daniela with a fly out sandwich. Fly out first, single, and then a fly out. That's single in the middle. If you missed my my joke there. Here's a pitch. I'm waiting because, boy, we've seen that called a strike, but it's called ball 1, too far inside. So 1-0 the count as Munoz steps back in. She's got runners at first and second, only 1 out. Bulldogs trying to get some insurance runs here. That pitch way high, ball 2. So again, if you haven't been watching across the street, you've been listening here and watching here, the Artesia Bulldogs advance in the playoffs. They'll play next Thursday at 6:30 p.m. in Albuquerque, round 2. That's a little high. Ball 3 to Daniela. My guess is she's dead red right here. Make her throw a strike. Bulldogs win by the run rule again. 15-1, the final in the top of the 5th across the street. Ball 4, too low. Too low for a called strike 1. All right, Danielle steps back in. 3-1 now the count. And the pitch. Swung on, hit hard. Great job. Oh, and then she fumbled the ball. Yeah, it was a hard play. She was on her backside. I don't know. I don't know. What's the count up here? Error, raise your hand. Nobody raised their hand. We're going to call an infield hit. It's a good play by the shortstop. She had to dive to get that. Stopped it. When she went to get it out of her glove, she was on her backside. Ball 1 to Kat.
Third baseman, number 7. Kat.
So the base is loaded for Kat. She can go deep anytime. That'd be a grand salami if she does. Here's pitch number 2. That one called strike 1. So 1-1 the count with 1 out. Bulldogs in prime position here to add some runs as they lead 5-2. Bases loaded. Pitch swung on. That's going to be a blooper into right field. That will score 1 run. Oh, and then the right fielder misplays it. She'll throw it home, but that scores 2 runs on the 1-out single out to right field.
Now batting, pitcher, number 24, Caden Apodaca.
That'll bring Caden to the plate, another Bulldog that can go deep anytime. It is now 7-2 Artesia, so they've added those insurance runs, but they want to keep it going as Caden steps in with runners on the corners and 1 out. The pitch. She hits out a bomb, but it's going to be foul. It was over the, no, it went right into the corner of the fence. So foul ball, strike 1. I thought it got over the corner, but it didn't. She's out in front of that pitch. All right, so she'll step back in after they got that ball back into the infield. Gallegos ready to go. Outside, ball 1. I thought it was, but he didn't call it. Oh, he called it? Oh, okay, so ball 1. Oh, okay. So ball 1. I got you. So 1-1 the count. Right at the third baseman. She picks it up, goes to first in time. Play at the plate is safe. And going to third from first. Good job running there by Marcus. So the 5-3 put out, but it results in a RBI on the ground out.
Now batting, second baseman, number 9, Jade Hammond.
And making her way from first to third. Great running there was Marcus. That'll bring Jade Hammond to the plate. First pitch, swing and a miss. 0 for 2 she is. She walked and then flew out and grounded out. So Hammond due. She's got a runner 60 feet away. Here's the pitch. Called strike 2. Boy, that was a quick pitch. Hammond back ready to go, and the pitch. Fouls that one off, fights it off on a good pitch. It was up a little bit, but too close to let it go by. So good job fouling it off. The count remains 0-2. Bulldogs now lead 8-2. They've scored 4 here in the inning so far. There's a line drive, but right at the second baseman. That is out number 3. But as I said, the Bulldogs score 4 runs. They score 3 runs. My mistake. Off of 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 runner left on base. The score now 8-2. And yes, I can count, but my brain stopped. We're going into the top of the 7th with the lead 8-2. Down to the final 3 outs for the Rockets. It'll be the bottom of the order, Herrera, then the top. Campa and Morales coming to the plate.
Home health care is health care in the comfort of your own home when you cannot care for yourself. Home care services can help someone who has chronic health care issues, medical setbacks, or health impairments. J&J Home Care has the best skilled nurses and therapists for any of your special needs. So why pick a stranger to care for those you love when you can pick your beloved neighbor with over 30 years of experience? J&J Home Care is here for all your home care needs. Call us now at 575-746-2892 or visit us at jjhc.org. artesia.org.
The Artesia Historical Museum and Arts Center now has their very own website. Visit artesiamuseum.org to stay up to date on events and exhibits. Look through historical photos of Artesia, submit research requests, and more. For information, please call 575-748-7345. Stop by the Artesia Historical Museum and Arts Center at 505 West Richardson Avenue or online at artesiamuseum.org. Open Tuesday through Saturday from 9 to 4. This ad paid for by Artesia Lodgers Tax.
I'm watching the Goddard coach. He's having a pretty heated exchange with the umpire behind the plate. I'm not sure. I want to turn up the mic here and see if I can hear him. Nope, I can't hear him. Where is that mic? Is it up top? Oh, that's why I can't hear him. If we had it down there on the net, we'd probably hear what they're talking about. I'm not sure what the Goddard coach is riled up about, but something has got her talking to the umpire. All right, so the Bulldogs 3 outs away from moving on to the 9:30 game next week. Well, so is Goddard. They're both going, and they'll both be playing at 9:30 next week. It's just that the loser will be in the consolation bracket, and the winner will be in the winner's bracket. All right, so Apodaca, who's thrown a 2-hitter so far, looks to finish it out here. At the plate is Herrera, the first baseman. Swung on, fouled into the netting for a foul ball, strike 1. So Maya Herrera, she's 0 for 1. She grounded out her first time through, and she walked her second time. Apodaca ready to go. And the pitch. Foul ball off to the right side, and that's going to... It might have hit mine. I parked over on the other side of that, but maybe it didn't. Foul ball, and that is strike 2. On a pair of foul balls. Wind in the pitch. High. Ball 1. That pitch wasn't competitive. She's not going to chase that one normally. So the count goes to 1-2. Apodaca back in, ready to go. And the pitch. Well, he called it strike 3, so we're going to take it. Strikeout looking. Jenna caught that over about 2 feet into the left side batter's box, but caught that front right out at the very tip for a call, strike 3. So now the Bulldogs 2 outs away from moving on in the winner's bracket. Pop fly back in over our heads here for a foul ball, strike 1 to Lindsay Campa. She's the leadoff batter playing second base. 0 for 3. She struck out swinging her first time through, grounded out her second time, and then flew out her third time. So she's looking to get something going here for the Rockets. They got to score at least 6 to keep this game going. Outside, ball 1, so 1-1 now the count. Morales on deck and Hernandez in the hole, the 2-3 batters in the lineup. Caden back ready to go. And the pitch. Fly ball, left field, coming on hard, but it's going to be a base hit. Good job, piece of hitting there by Campa. And good effort out there by Fuentes, but it does fall in for a single. Which brings Jayla Morales to the plate. And she is batting from the left side. The umpires were having something out there. I don't know what happened. He was out, the umpire behind the plate was out in the middle of the field. But they're back ready to go now. And the pitch. Bounces it up there. Throw down, not in time. Ball 1. One the count. Morales back ready to go, and the pitch from Caden. Down and in, ball 2. Hernandez on deck and Guzman in the hole. Fuentes, Molina, Cruz left to right. Marcus, Munoz, Hammond, and Molina third to first. Whitmire behind the plate. Apodaca has been and continues to be in the circle. There's your Bulldog defense here in the top of the 7th. High for ball 3. So 3-0 now to Jayla Morales. So again, Goddard's got to get some of those, got to get the runners on the base path to get the score coming because they're down 8-2 and they've just got 2 outs to do it. Got to score 6 runs. That's down the middle. Called strike 1. We'll count now 3-1. Next week we will be up in Cleveland, up in Rio Rancho and Albuquerque, KSGP Radio. I think we'll be on all of our platforms, but unfortunately it'll just be voice only. And that ball 4. So that puts runners at first and second and bringing to the plate Marisol Hernandez. The shortstop is 0 for 3. She's hit a line drive out. She reached on an error, and she struck out swinging her last time. So she's been on the base path once, but now she wants to get there via a hit or a walk, either way. And the pitch, down and in, and she went. He called that a strike. She kind of started the check swing, but she kind of skipped around, and it caused her to pull the bat all the way through, so called strike 1. That's a ground ball, shortstop. Chance at the double play, which she gets. Oh, boy, that was a bang-bang play and called safe at first base. So on the fielder's choice, that is out number 2. So runners on the corner. Jenna Whitmire out calling the play to her infielders, saying if she goes, I'm going to throw her out. I don't know if she said that or not, but she gave a good signals. But they really just need to worry about the plate. Jorge Guzman, she is 1 for 2 with a single, a walk, and a ground out. And here's the pitch. Ball 1, down and in. Guzman batting in the cleanup spot. Serrano on deck and Crawford in the hole for the Rockets. 2 down now. They're down to their final out. They have runners on the corners, does Goddard. Down and in. She is going to throw it down, and she is out. So I guessed correctly. Jenna said if she goes, I'm throwing her out, and guess what? She just did. And so the runner tries to steal second base, but is caught stealing. And that ends the threat, and the Artesia Bulldogs win. The final score 8-2. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll talk about it. So stay right here.
This is Danny Kirkendall at Guy Chevrolet Company in Artesia. We understand that the month of May is pure mayhem, but also a time to get things done. You're planning summer projects and trips and realize that a truck or SUV upgrade would really make sense. But how will you fit that into the already overscheduled month? Our team of professionals is here to help. We'll assist you with choosing the perfect Chevy or GMC, along with providing a quick and seamless journey from start to finish. We look forward to earning your business here at Guy Chevrolet Company in Artesia, or you can buy online at GuyChevy.com.
Mother's Day is one of those special days, yet Mother's Day can mean different things to different people. For many, it's a chance to get together with Mom, to go to church together or enjoy lunch, a time of hugs, stories, and fun. For some, whose mothers are no longer here, it may be a time for both tears and smiles, with fond memories of times past. For others whose mothers gave them birth but have been absent since, there may be very little joy associated with the relationship. They did, however, give you life, a precious and wonderful gift. And there are some who've never known the blessing of giving birth themselves, yet they have been mother to many in life who needed warmth and love and a gentle caress. To every mother, mom, mama, and mommy, thank you. A very happy and wonderful Mother's Day from the family at Hermosa Church of Christ.
Got a tax refund coming? Put it to work at Reliable Tint in Artesia. The New Mexico sun is already heating things up, and professionally tinted windows can keep your vehicle cooler, protect your interior, and take the strain off your air conditioning. Reliable Tint also offers home and office window tinting to help save energy and protect your belongings from fading. And Reliable Tint handles auto glass replacements and repairs. Visit us at reliabletint.com. Reliable Tint. Stay cooler. Drive happier.
The Artesia Police Department wants to remind you to lock up your vehicles, take your keys with you, and never leave valuables in your vehicle. If you're looking for a rewarding career in law enforcement, the Artesia Police Department is looking for you. The department is currently hiring certified and uncertified officers. Take advantage of a great retirement plan, paid leave, and medical benefits. Apply in person, online, or call 575-746-5000 for more information. The Artesia Police Department is an equal opportunity employer. And please always remember, don't drink and drive.
When you need tough, reliable equipment that gets the job done right, turn to your local Kubota experts. Amigo Machinery in Roswell is proud to be your hometown Kubota dealer, offering a full line of tractors, mowers, and construction equipment, plus genuine parts and expert service and advice. Locally owned and operated, and here for you. Stop by Amigo Machinery at 2801 Southeast Main Street in Roswell, or call us at 575-624-2026. Amigo Machinery, your trusted local Kubota dealer for all of Southeast New Mexico.
Hey guys, my name is Mike Duff, family pastor at Faith Baptist Church, and we want to invite you and yours this Sunday at 10:30 a.m. to worship with us. Faith is more than a church, it's a family. Whether you're young or old, whether you have young kids or you're an empty nester, there is always room for one more. So come join us, because we're more than a church, we're a family, and we'd love to have you.
All right, welcome back here to the Mack. The Artesia Bulldogs advance in the winners bracket, defeating the Goddard Rockets 8-2 here in the first round. For the Goddard Rockets, they got 3 hits, 2 runs. They had no errors, and they leave 6 runners on the base path. The losing pitcher was the first pitcher, which was Amaya Herrera. She ends up leaving the ball game or going to first base in the bottom of the third, but she takes the loss. The winning pitcher is the Artesia Bulldogs, Caden Apodaca. She scattered those 3 hits and gave up 2 runs. And as far as the Artesia Bulldog offense goes, they end up getting 10 hits, 8 runs. They had 2 defensive errors that they want to cut out, and they left 5 runners on the base path. Okay, so both of these teams move on, as it is double elimination. This is the first round of the playoffs, so Goddard and Artesia will both be playing next week on Thursday morning out at Cleveland High School. The Bulldogs will be on Field 1. Both of their games will be at 9:30, and I think we're going to have both of their games, Gene. We'll have Goddard and Artesia from Cleveland. It'll be audio only, but I believe we'll also have it on all of our platforms, so audio only. Might have some pictures being taken and being fed, so if you want to watch on the Facebook or on YouTube or on ksvptv.com is the best place to go. There'll probably be some pictures scrolling for the Bulldogs. I don't know yet about the Rockets, but both games will be broadcast 9:30 next Thursday morning on ksvptv.com. And the Bulldogs, for those of you that may have been watching this one and didn't hear me earlier, they win in 2 in the first round of the baseball tournament, as they were the number 1 seed taking on the number 16 seed Lovington Wildcats. The Bulldogs wrap it up last night in the 10-run rule, 10-0 in the 5th. And getting the win was Jack Byers. And today the Bulldogs win again in 5, 15-1, and getting the win over there was Dalen Pacheco. So the Bulldogs advance, and their game will be next week in Albuquerque at 6:30 p.m., and we will have that game as well, probably with pictures. So tune in, ksvptv.com, if you want to see some pictures being run across. We can't do video, but we will have audio and quite possibly pictures. On behalf of Gene and I forget our cameraman's name, Brandon Madrid, who was our cameraman. This is Joby Hodling saying I hope you have a great rest of the weekend, and we'll see you next week at the ballparks in Rio Rancho and Albuquerque. Good night.